Hi everyone, Aaron here for Zollotech, and today Apple released iOS 18.3 re-release. iOS 18.3 re-release is available around the world at the same time for everyone, but it is not available over the air and it is only for specific devices. What I mean by that is it's available for the iPhone 11, iPhone 11 Pro, and iPhone 11 Pro Max only at this time. If you want to install it, you have to use a Mac or Windows computer, plug in your device, and install it that way through the Finder by clicking Update. Other than that, there is no current way to install it, and even if you're on an older update, maybe iOS 18.2.1, if you install the over-the-air update, it will be the older build, not released today, but released last Monday. So again, you need to use a computer to install this. It's about 8 gigs or so and does have some changes. It seems a little bit, maybe some bug fixes, but it's typically due to specific reasons. But first, let's take a look at the build number and talk about what's new. So we'll go to Settings, then General, then About, and you'll see the build number on the new version is 22D64 on the left. It says this update includes improvements and bug fixes for your iPhone. On the right is the old build, 22D63, available for all the other devices. Now, as far as what's new, well, Apple has not specifically mentioned it, but they just said improvements and bug fixes. Sometimes they don't tell us for whatever reason. However, they do typically do this when there's issues maybe with a boot loop, or they're having issues in an Apple store and it's not working properly and they need a new version to upgrade to. So again, it's available for the Mac or Windows side, and as far as what they've fixed specifically, they haven't told us. However, they did update their enterprise notes the other day, and I wanted to go over that, as there is some Apple Intelligence updates, but you'll see here, Apple Intelligence is turned on automatically. We already knew that. And then MDM, or Mobile Device Management, can require sign-in from a specified workspace ID for requests to external intelligence integrations such as ChatGPT. So again, on Apple Intelligence devices, MDM can disable transcription summarization in notes, and then also it improves stability of SSO to prevent logins from timing out and failing back to username and password prompts. So that's what's available in the Enterprise update, and of course we had the normal updates as well. As far as the public-facing release notes, it doesn't look like they've updated these since January 27th, and they don't have anything new in them for the newest build. I really wish they would give us more detailed information for bug updates and more, but I did want to make the update for overall consistency and what I do every time. I don't think I've missed an update video ever at this point yet. As far as anything else, well, there are security updates, which I didn't mention in the initial What's New video, and that's because Apple didn't publish them yet. However, there are tons of different updates in this one. You'll see about the security content of iOS 18.3 and iPadOS 18.3. I'll link this in the description if you want to check it out yourself, but tons of updates from accessibility, AirPlay. If we continue down, you'll see core media, kernel, and much, much more. Passkeys, for example, Safari. And if you're wondering if you should install this update, well, if you haven't already, it seems to be a good update, and you'll see overall it has quite a few security updates in it, and even if you're not interested in the features, this is a good reason to update it. You can read this by going maybe to WebKit. It's the underlying code under Safari that says the impact was processing maliciously crafted web content may lead to an unexpected process crash. This issue was addressed through improved state management. And then we have the CVE number with additional information. So lots of different security updates here that should benefit most people. As far as overall bugs, well, it does seem to fix the micro stutters many people were having. So if we go into music, maybe close out, go into clock, swipe home, go into weather, swipe home, it seems to be very smooth. Some people are seeing micro stutters, even on the newest devices, it seems. I've had quite a few reports. The overall update in general has been good. We talked about it in the weekend follow-up, and performance seems to be pretty decent. It seems to be nice and smooth, just scrolling through, of course. ProMotion on the Pro device on the previous build is nice and fast. Haven't had any issues there with it ramping up and down, but the overall stability and usability of it seems to be pretty good. There are still some issues. If we maybe swipe home from the wallpaper, it desaturates a little bit. You can see that. And anything else we don't really know as we have to use it for a little while. Now, before we talk about battery, Apple did stop signing iOS 18.2.1. That means we could see an iOS 18.3.1 soon. You can no longer downgrade to anything other than iOS 18.3. So maybe we'll have a new one with some security updates, additional bug fixes, and changes. We also do expect iOS 18.4 Beta 1 very soon, maybe as soon as tomorrow. Typically, we have that throughout the year, and then we'll have multiple versions with maybe a public release in March or April. We don't really know 100% as Apple hasn't said yet, but typically they release betas on Tuesday or Wednesday. So look for that tomorrow, and if it does release, of course, I'll be sure to update you with that. We also could see it sometime today, but that's unlikely at this point. When it comes to overall battery, well, I've been using this full time on my 16 Pro Max, and if we go to battery health, we have 100% capacity and 120 cycles. On the iPhone 11, many people wonder what this is at, so let's go ahead and take a look. Under battery health and charging, you'll see I'm at 96% capacity. Now, to be fair, this was not used full time. I did use it when it came out for a little while since it's got an LCD display, but overall battery life on iOS 18.3 has been pretty excellent. You'll see today, 2 hours and 1 minute of screen active time, and I've got 25% usage or so. I'm down to 80%. So overall, many people are seeing a great improvement with iOS 18.3's battery life based on the YouTube community poll I did. 84% of people actually say it's better or the same as 18.2.1. So that's good news. Most people say it's better though, but in general, it's getting me through the day no problem now. When it comes to the benchmarks, I did run them briefly, but right after you install an update, especially on an older phone, it's going to be a little bit lower, but I did run them here. You'll take a look here under the update, and I had 1,676 for single core, 4,072 for multi-core on the iPhone 11. The prior update, you'll see here, was a little bit higher, but again, I ran this after it was installed for almost a week. So give it a few days, we'll see what it's like on the weekend again. Now, if you found anything else in this update and you have an iPhone 11, 11 Pro, or 11 Pro Max, I'd love to hear from you in the comments below. And of course, I'll link this wallpaper in the description like I normally do. If you haven't subscribed already, though, please subscribe. And if you enjoyed the video, please give it a like. As always, thanks for watching. This is Aaron. I'll see you next time.